Hello, this is Lisa Shea, and these instructions are for making an origami candy dish. This is great for holding favors at a wedding or shower, or putting out at a party, or giving to people as simply having around the house as a decoration. So you're going to start with a piece of origami paper. First thing we're going to do is fold it in half diagonally and give it a nice sharp crease. Open it up and fold it the opposite way diagonally. Get the tips to match and give that a nice sharp crease. We're going to open it back up again. Now that we've got guidelines to show where the center are, we're going to fold each of the 4 points into that center area. So put one into the center, rotate it, put the next one into the center, rotate it, put the third tip into the center, rotate, and put the final tip into the center. So now we've got a square of paper with the 4 points all pointing into the center, and the back is just a flat plain surface for now. So once you've got to this step and have all your points in, you want to turn it over so that you have the flat end up, and once again we're going to move all 4 points into the center. So you move one in, move the second one in, move the third one in, and then move the fourth one in. Give these all nice creases. So now that you've got this far, your piece of paper should look like this, with 4 different triangles all pointing in towards the center area. Now we're going to move the tips out to the edge. So move the tip straight out. You can see how it's pointing towards the edge, towards the center of that edge. We are making the feet of the candy dish here. So put the second tip out to the edge, rotate, put the third tip out to the edge, rotate, and put the fourth tip out to the edge. So there you have the feet of the candy dish. If you turn this one over, you can see how those feet are laid out. So now we are done with the bottom part. Now to work on the pretty top part. So on the top part, you've got these 4 little flaps. You want to fold each of those out to the far point at the edge of that corner. So we will fold each of these points out to match the edge of the square. You can see how we're starting to form the bowl or the open area of the candy dish here. So now we're very close to the finished candy dish. What we're missing is the ruffly part around the edge of the rim of the bowl. So this ruffly part is what we're going to be making next. The ruffly part is really just an accordion fold where it goes in and out and in and out and in and out. And we do this in a lot of different shapes, like the butterfly, for example. So we're going to start by folding it in and leaving a little bit of an overlap. So can you see that overlap there? It's folded back towards the center, but with a little bit of an overlap. And now if we fold it out towards the edge, we also leave that same little overlap, and you can see it's starting to form a little ruffle ridge there. There's no exact distance you need for that little ruffle area. It's completely up to you if you want it to be a thick ruffle or a thin ruffle. So you can see there how it's starting to form a back and forth pattern. We're going to fold it back the other way. The little tip. So you can see now it's going back and forth, and this gives you little triangles of color and triangles of white or whatever color you have as the back of your origami paper. So we've gone back a little further, and then we go forward a little. So now you can see there that it's going back, forth, and you've got a little ruffle design created for the edge of your candy dish. Or nut dish. or sewing supply dish, whatever you want to hold in here. So that is one finished ruffle edge. So I'm going to do a second one a little more quickly so you kind of see how this works. So you fold it almost all the way over in one direction, and then you go back and forth, and back and forth. And there you go. So we're going to fold it almost all the way over, but leaving a little edge, and then move back and forth to create more ruffles on top of that edge. So now we have 3 of them ruffled, and one of them is not yet ruffled, so you can see the way that it goes back and forth along the edge of the candy dish. So once again, we're going to fold it almost all the way, but not quite. We're going to leave that little bit of edge there, and then we're going to go back and forth along that edge area. And there you have the basic finished candy dish. Now you're going to put your fingers into each of the corners to fluff it out a little bit, to give it a shape. These are good for any sort of small light object, so you can use it for holding beads, for small candies, for nuts. You can have it for thumbtacks on your desk. So here are some beads. I'll show you how this works. See how they sit in there nicely? So here are some other beads. Oh, one of them escaped. It's okay. They'll go in there. And then a third set of beads. I was using these to make cork ornaments for my wine site. Visit lisashea.com for more information about origami and its history and the papers. You can email me if you've got any questions. Thank you very much for watching my video, and I hope you have a wonderful day.